Right, I'm going to do a video on how to modify one of these rat traps to make it better for survival. Silver Bear Bushcraft, Stephen had asked me about using rat traps for survival, so I thought I'll do this video about how to make one better. As you noticed, nice new camouflage tablecloth there for you, for your viewing pleasure. Right, so things you're going to need is a couple of little bits of wood, some wire, a drill of some sort, or something to make holes with, and that's probably it. And I've just tried to keep this simple so that anyone could do it. So the first thing I've done is I've drilled some holes in places. I actually got to drill one more or two more holes. I've drilled a hole here. I'll hold this up close so you can see it. Drilled a hole here and here. One each side of the bar there, and one each side of the bar there. Two holes here. Now these two, or these four, these are going to be just for reinforcing these bits, this main bar. These two are going to be for putting a small block of wood there, and this one will be for placing a block of wood here as well. I'll explain why. Really what we also need is one or two holes drilled this end so that we can put the string on it. Now some people say drill two holes and you can hang this like a loop off of a branch. One probably just, no, we'll do two holes. If you just do one, you can tie it to the floor, but some people say if you drill a hole here, here, have a loop over a branch, you know what I mean, so you got it hanging on a branch. And in this way, when the squirrel comes up, he should get a direct hit because he's coming up to the right place. I'll drill those holes now. Use the Dremel for this. Right, so I've just tried to keep this simple for you. You could use screws and nails, but I thought if we use wire, if you didn't have wire, you could probably get away with just string. Right, I'm just going to zoom in a bit. So you just need a couple of loops of wire, which I've got. So what we'll do first of all, because what we got to do, one of the things is we're going to put a block of wood underneath this. Now this will bring this bit up and it will give the spring a bit more tension. Now I've noticed on better versions of this trap, because this is quite a cheap one, on the better ones you'll have two bars in the middle just here. What you want to do is you want to pull both of those bars up and put your bit of wood underneath it, and that will give this more, it gives it a lot more tension to the spring. But before we do that, I want to make sure that we don't pull these bits here out. So by doing that, I'm just going to put a bit of wire in here. I'm just going to tighten this round here like this. Don't do it too tight. You want a bit of play, so it's pretty much just do it, but do it so it's still the same as it was before. I'm going to put that through there. Make sure that's nice and flat there. Wrap them over like that. And you get your pliers and twist it. Now, if you didn't have wire, you could probably do all the same stuff with paracord or string. This just making sure not too tight or anything. Yeah, that's right. So that's reinforced that. We've got an extra bit of wire over, just in case that once we've put this underneath here, that it puts too much tension and lifts these two bits out, if you know what I mean. So now we know that's safe. Got this small bit of wood, the holes have been pre-drilled and pre-drilled to fit the backside, and I've put a little slight notch in it. And that fits over the bar there. And you see how it's doing that? And it's lifting that bar up. And it's giving the spring much more tension now. And like I said, on the better versions of this, you've got 2 bars what you need to do this with. So all we're going to do again is line our holes up. Line the holes up. Line your holes up, put your wire in. I'm going to caught on my wrist. Right, that's that one in there. Get that nice and flat. And that's in there. Tighten it up. What you need to make sure though is that your trigger bar is not too high, so it ruins your trigger bar, but that's just right. Now I suppose you might be able to get away, if you are a bit better at doing stuff, you might be able to actually wind this spring round a bit more. But this is just the easiest ways to do this. And that's what I wanted to do it like. Make things easy for people, and it's a bit more worth doing then. And just get your pliers or something, bend that over flat if you can. Right. Now we've got a bit more tension on the spring there. So that definitely give that a bit more power. Now like I said, on a better one you'll have 2 bars. So you just put both of the bars on top of your bit of wood. So now you want to put another bar there. And what that one is called, people call that your chin bar. They reckon if your animal comes in this way, knocks the trigger, bar comes over, it's much more likely to be effective because it's got something as though to break its neck against. So I'm going to put these through here now. Make sure when you put this, the chin or the neck bar on, that it clears, that the bar clears it. Like I said, you could probably do this with nails or stuff. Do whatever you got, do nails, screws, but I thought this might be easier for people. You could just use string if you wanted to do this, as long as it was decent stuff. If things are too hard and people don't bother doing them. Snip that off and bend it over. So now we've got more tension and a neck bar or a chin bar. Now I suppose on these you could just put a bit of wire through, make it into a loop if you've done your thing too small. Then we've got a loop for a bit of string there. Right, I've just took that loop off. I'm going to put a bit of string on it. So we've got a bit of string for an anchor. If you want to, you can bring this back round like that, tie it to there, hang it from a tree branch. Now what people say about these is, some people claim they don't work, some people do, and the reason why people say they don't work is because when you set these, a squirrel can come along from the side. When it comes from the side, they reckon this will not be enough to kill it. They reckon the only way it will kill us, like the biggest thing that will kill us, probably a squirrel, is if you get it directly like that. And once you've done these modifications, like the chin bar, this to bring the tension up more, they reckon one straight forward like this, that will get it. So how do you stop the animal coming from the sides? Well, what you could do is, like they'd said, I've seen on one thing, is you hang this from a tree, the more likely that a squirrel will come up towards it. If not, you put it on the floor, build something around it, put some logs each side, log at the back, or you know, when you put sticks in, sticks like that. Another kind of option would be something like a tube or a tunnel you could put it in. Now just for example, I've got this bottle. I'll just zoom out a bit. I've got this bottle this is just an example. I probably wouldn't do this, but just an example. Bottle. And you put that in. This will give you a better idea. Now if this was somehow pinned in there, and what you have to make sure though is that the bar and the trigger bar there can still flip over inside this, or inside the tunnel you're going to use. But if you had something like this set up, it would mean the animal would only be able to come in this way to get it. It can't come from the sides, it can't come from the back. It will only be able to come in the front. Then it's much more likely to work. But like I said, you must make sure that this bar clears this and will still flip over. So that's an idea. If not, sticks up the sides or a log, whatever. I'll set it and give it a go. I hate these kind of traps. Anything that will catch your finger in it. So your bait on here, obviously. Filled the sides in. Filled the back in. Yeah, I've definitely got some force to that now. Right, anyway, cheers for watching, and I'll see you later. If you like that video, then why don't you share it with your friends, and also if you want to see regular videos like this, then subscribe to my channel. Thanks a lot for watching. If you want to get full notifications from my channel, go to this little gear symbol next to where it says subscribed, click on that, and here where it says send me all notifications for this channel, click on that and then save it.